What's up guys, Taigi here, and I wanted to make a monthly update with my portfolio so I can talk through what tokens I own, why I own them, and how I'm earning a yield on all my tokens. I think the best thing you can do in crypto is to put them to use and earn a yield. Instead of just buying it on Coinbase or Binance and letting it sit there, let's use DeFi and centralized finance to just earn a yield on those tokens. And I'll also go over what I'm watching in case you want some alpha. So let's go over my portfolio. Typically I don't like to trade short term. I like to hold tokens for the medium to long term, because if I think about the richest people in crypto, the people that's made it, they're it's mostly people that are like Bitcoin, ETH, or Chainlink maxis that believed in something and just held it for like 100x, right? My greatest fear in crypto is to buy something I like, see it 3x, sell it, feel like a genius, and then have it 10, 20x after, right? Because that's max pain for me personally. So here's what my portfolio looks like, these 9 tokens. So I'll go over the first top 5. So 2/3 of my portfolio is tied into Bitcoin and Ether, 53% and 13% respectively. And this might seem a little risk averse, if for someone that's like making altcoin videos, but in terms of risk reward, I feel like Bitcoin and Ether are just like one of the best ways to invest. So I feel pretty comfortable just earning a yield on these 2 tokens and having it be the majority of my portfolio. I also have Rook. I think for everyone, I think it's good to just have one token that you have a lot of money invested that you really believe in, because a coin that you really like is something that you're gonna have massive conviction in and hold with your diamond ass hands. And Rook, I think, is severely undervalued. I think people don't understand it, which is why people aren't buying it. The team does like no marketing, so like no one discovers the project, which is good for me who's accumulating. And with EIP 1559 coming in July, I think the topic around miner extractable value is going to be all over Twitter and the news, and I think Rook is going to benefit from that. I have a bunch of videos on my channel if you'd like to learn more, and I have 6% and 5.5% on Link and Parsec. I think of them as infrastructure plays that that are like blockchain agnostic, that can work in any blockchain, and I think they're going to keep accruing value. And lastly, I have Bancor, Woo, HydraDX, and Sushi. These are all essentially exchanges. They consist of roughly 10% of my portfolio. And so I have videos on Bancor. I might make a video on Woo. I had a call with one of their team members, and I think they're doing wonderful things. HydraDX is, I like to think of HydraDX as Bancor on Polkadot. I feel like I missed out on the DOT token. So instead of just buying the DOT token, I figured, I'll get into the pre-sale of, a promising project called Hydra, and maybe this can get me in multiples, right? So digging into deeper, like 2/3 of my portfolio into low risk assets, right? I have roughly 10% into exchanges on Ethereum. I have 10% on Rook, my high conviction play, and 11.5% on infrastructure plays. And I have 2.5% on a Polkadot play because I feel like I missed out on Polkadot. And I feel like my portfolio is too heavy into Ethereum. I feel like I missed out on Binance Smart Chain and Solana. So, I'm just trying to diversify my portfolio to not just ETH, right? So yeah, a little too DeFi and ETH heavy, but I think my balance is pretty good. Very spread out. I think my risk adjusted return for this portfolio is going to be pretty good in the next 6 months or so. And like I mentioned earlier, I think it's really, really important for everyone to earn a yield on your tokens. Because if you think about it, essentially 99.9% of all tokens in crypto are inflationary. Even Bitcoin, which is considered to be the scarcest asset, is inflationary, right? There's new Bitcoin entering supply every single day. So if you're not earning a yield on your crypto, then I think you're fucking up, right? You're just gonna get diluted away. Imagine buying something on Coinbase and just letting it sit there while you're being diluted away, while the protocol is just like minting tokens every single day. I think that's a big mistake that a lot of people are making. And the 2 ways to earn a yield, the 2 ways to earn a yield is through CeFi and DeFi. So centralized finance services like BlockFi and Celsius. I know like the ethos of DeFi is like fuck the centralized banks, like fuck them. Let's all use DeFi, but it does come with the risk. So I like to spread out my capital through both CeFi and DeFi and earn a comfortable APY. So with BlockFi and Celsius, with BlockFi, I have Bitcoin, ETH, and Link earning 6%, 5.5% on ETH and Link respectively. I feel very comfortable with their risk management and yeah, I feel very comfortable holding it there. And with Celsius, I just own Bitcoin earning 4%. And the cool thing about Celsius is that I can take 1% APY loans. On BlockFi, I think generally you're gonna have to pay like around 5% for your loans, at least 5 to 10%. But with Celsius, let's say I want to borrow $25,000 of cash, right, of USDC and put it into DeFi or something. Then I just have to put $100,000 with the collateral and just pay 1% on APY, which I think is crazy, because essentially I can take, this loan for 1% APY, then put it into Aave and capture around 8% APY and just capture the arbitrage. I might make a video on that, but I think this is one of the features that a lot of people are overlooking. I know taking loans and like debt is kind of scary, but with 1% APY and using your Bitcoin as collateral, it obviously does come with a risk, but I don't think Bitcoin is going to crash like 80% anytime soon. So I'll definitely be looking forward to this. If the markets ever experience like a huge drawdown, I might, put my Bitcoin as collateral and take out a loan. But let's talk about the ETH decentralized applications I'm using. So I currently stake my Keeper DAO tokens, my Rook tokens, and my BNT tokens on Bancor. And I'm earning 3% on swap fees, roughly, right? The APR on the most right-hand side says 2.93%. That's the swap fees. On top of staking rewards, my liquidity mining rewards, I'm earning 48% on BNT and 18% on Rook. So imagine you're new to crypto, you buy Bancor on Coinbase because you read about it and it sounded good. Well, here you are on Coinbase not earning anything, and here I am using Bancor earning 48% APY on my Bancor, right? Like, I think this is something that everyone has to start doing, as long as you're playing with enough capital. If you only have like $1,000, then it's not gonna be worth the gas fee. So it might just be best to just hold it on Coinbase. But it's been like a month-ish of like doing this, and I've already earned $500 worth of Bancor. And I'm macro bullish on BNT tokens appreciating in the future. So this is a no-brainer, and this is only gonna grow over time because Bancor has like a multiplier effect and stuff. And with Sushi, I have it staked on SushiSwap. And if you stake Sushi tokens, then you basically earn a reward of 0.05% of all trading fees generated on the platform. And with Hydra, starting mid-April, I'll be able to earn 50% APY by staking my Hydra DX on the Polkadot network. And with Parsec, when IQ protocol launches sometime this quarter, I'll be able to stake my PRQ for a decent APY. And with Woo, when their mainnet launches for Woo X, I'll be able to stake Woo for at least a 10% APY. So as you can see, I'm earning a yield on all of my tokens. And if I'm not earning a yield right now, I have a plan for the future, right? Like I know with Hydra, I'll earn a yield. With Parsec and Woo, I'll eventually earn a reward. So I think this is one of the best things you can do in crypto. Like if you buy a token thinking that it can 10x, well, imagine like holding an appreciating asset that could potentially 10x and earning like double-digit APY on top of that. Like you can't do that with stocks or like with any centralized finance products. So we're all early into DeFi, so we should all maximize this opportunity and earn a yield on your tokens. So lastly, I'll be going over my watch list projects and protocols that I'm watching that I think is undervalued. So first, I think Solana is something that I'm currently deeply researching. I feel like I missed out on Binance Smart Chain. I know, there's still a lot of opportunities there, but, I feel like the next narrative that's going to come up is with Solana. I think some of the projects are already starting to launch. I've used some of it in case they airdrop, and the transaction fees are like less than a penny. Like it's pretty insane. It's really, really fast. And what Binance Smart Chain taught me is that, you should bet on people. Like if CZ from Binance wants something to happen, he's going to make it happen. And, Binance Smart Chain, like CZ, like he planned it out, like he knew like what his plans were. And I think he has more plans for BSC in the future, but, bet on people. So for me, it might be time to bet on SBF, Sam Bankman-Fried. He's like a crypto prodigy. He's a billionaire. And I have a feeling that he's essentially going to will Solana into existence by either just airdropping tokens to a bunch of people, so people try out the system, or just keep shipping products to the customers. And the last thing I want to talk about is mStable. So this is one of the projects that I've been eyeing for a few months now, but I haven't been able to buy them just because I was just like buying other things. But my macro thesis is that like I'm I'm bearish algorithmic stablecoins. I think algorithmic stablecoins are one of those things that, there's going to be hundreds and thousands of these protocols that's trying to solve this problem of a decentralized algorithmic stablecoin. And sure, one of them might work, and whoever finds that might like 1,000x their net worth and retire off that. But I think for me, I'm humble enough to know that I don't know which algorithmic stablecoin is going to work, so I'd rather just invest my capital elsewhere. But if anyone wants a decentralized stablecoin, I think that MUSD, MStable stablecoin, is a safer bet, and I think MTA, which is MStable's governance token, will accrue value over time. And MUSD is essentially a basket of centralized stablecoins. So MUSD is comprised of USDC, DAI, Tether, etc., where it nullifies single-party risk. If you have $1 million of USDC on your portfolio, there's a non-zero chance that the government goes after Circle, the parent company, and just sues them, or maybe there's a non-zero chance that USDC can go to zero, and same can be said for Tether and DAI. But with MUSD, you have a basket of these currencies. So even if USDC goes to zero, MUSD might hit below peg, 70 cents, but MUSD is backed by MTA. So it's going to eventually get back to peg because, MStable is going to just mint more tokens to buy MUSD and, back it. So my thesis is that if any decentralized stablecoins were to succeed, the low risk play is going to be MStable with Meta assets. They're going to make they already have MBTC, Meta Bitcoin, and I think they're going to launch out Meta ETH. So, I can definitely see value accruing to this project. And, you can also earn a yield staking Meta. So that's something I'm looking forward to. If there's a huge crash with MTA tokens and I have cash available, then, I'll definitely be looking to pick it up. So that's the end of the video. Let me know if you enjoyed it. I'm thinking about doing this monthly or maybe twice a month in case there's lots of demand for it. But I think it's important to just think about how I think of my portfolio and talking it out. Maybe you can give me feedback, and maybe my thesis or the way that I'm constructing my portfolio can help you balance out your portfolio as well. Because I don't think it's a good strategy to just buy a bunch of tokens that you read about that you like. Is you're just spreading yourself too thin. How can you manage 30 different positions? I manage my rule of thumb is I'm only going to own less than 10 tokens, 10 tokens max. I currently own 9. Maybe MStable or a Solana token is going to be my 10th. But generally, I think I'd rather take a concentrated approach to crypto because I just want to build conviction on less than 10 coins and just to really see it play out and capture that 5-10x multiple. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Check out my Discord. I'm on there every single day where I'm talking to a bunch of people about what's happening in the markets and just anything you want to talk about. So if you want to talk to me and the community, please hit me up on the Discord. Thank you for watching, and leave a comment and subscribe to my channel if you like the video. Thank you.